All right, I'm just waiting to see if there's anybody showing up, and then I'll know that we're live. Even though we're a little bit late getting to this one, we didn't exactly have people waiting for it, guys, because shame on me. I didn't get this one scheduled, nor did I get the next one scheduled, but Duke's probably going to do that for us. So
I'll do that right now.
So for the zero watchers out there, because you probably, if you're watching this, you're watching it later after it happened.
You're in the future right now.
Posterity.
So this is Candle Genius from the past.
Candle Genius from the past.
From the
we
before
got
times.
Slamming Sammy P. We got Not Your Average Joe. We got Duke Scoop. And we got one person watching,
live.
so thank you for joining us.
That's-
We're really
I got
late.
us live here.
We're really late to get to this one. Some small hiccups in getting ourselves ready to go here, but we're good to go now. Thank you for joining us. It's St. Ansgar versus Newman. JV girls. Saints are up 4-0 here.
Somebody clipped that for me. Who made that? Never mind. It was Norby, right? Because she's going to the line
You got it.
to shoot a free throw to make it 5-0 Saints in the early going.
Like, because it's a bit tough.
Free throws up and good.
Let's clip it and watch the replay anyway. How's that
Let's
sound?
do it. Nice job by McKenna. She's got 3 in the early going. Tabbert's got the other bucket. It is 5-0 Saints.
She shoots. She scores.
So you run the wand.
Oh, a good steal inside by Frine out to Norby. 5 zilch so far.
Peterson picks up the foul. She's fouled by Geving. G-E-V-I-N-G. Let's have a pronunciation contest.
She was given the foul on that play.
There. I see what you did there.
Just getting warmed up.
Yeah, there'll be plenty more of that came from, folks, so stick
For
around.
better or worse.
Did I miss something?
You
Oh,
did. You missed the first Duke scoopism of the night.
Oh, man. I take my headset off to work on a technical. I won't even call it an issue. Prevented it from becoming an issue. Next thing you know, Duke's throwing Dukeisms out, and I'm missing it. Hey,
You're going to have to go back and watch.
if you're in the chat, tell me what happened.
All 3 of you. Thanks for being with us. Couldn't have done it without you. Oh, we wouldn't be doing it without you because what's the point then, right?
What's the point?
Right.
What's the point?
Right. First free throw for Geving is up and good, and the second is good as well. Number 14. Let's go with number 14.
Number 14 on the free throws.
That was my number in high school, 14.
Learn something new every day.
I'm looking behind me here on the wall. They didn't retire it yet.
But
Oh, no.
It's bound to be one day.
I'm sure it's on the list.
Duke's number 14. Did you choose 14, Duke, or was that something that was selected for you? Why 14?
I don't remember. I think when we went through the line, that was one of the numbers that was left, and it was in the.
And it probably fit you.
Had them out in in Squire's room on the desk, laid out in a row, and I think it was in the front row, so I went and grabbed that one. That's my recollection of it, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast, so
I
don't
totally feel you there. Four big games tonight, key games all the way around. Obviously, these JV games matter for these young folks. Get them started, and then 2 big varsity games will matter a lot in the conference standings as we go down the old trail.
Not an answer.
Jewel, her first bucket.
Oh, it isn't.
give it to her. She earned it.
9-2, looking for 10-2.
Doesn't that mean you got to go to the bathroom, like when you're in a tractor CV talk?
I think so. Duke's got his farmer hat on this week. If you didn't tune into the wrestling meet last night, you don't know about Duke's adventures. We've got chickens, we've got horses, we've got dogs that do tricks. There's all kinds of live animals in Duke's care this week.
And if you have animals that need care, you can't really choose a better animal caregiver than Duke himself.
That is
He's-
for sure.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I appreciate the props.
You know what I find, Joe? This is for you. I find that the people who are really best in their positions always have maybe the least confidence. That
But
they
they're-
always see ways that they could improve.
Right.
Where others around them are like, oh my gosh, look at that guy.
Right.
And the view from the top is very different.
Yeah,
he
for
sees
sure.
even
He
more that he
sees it.
could be doing.
Uh-huh.
So Duke, that's how we know
No,
that
it's
you're
lonely
the
at the
best.
top. No,
It is lonely, clearly.
You know, and his humble nature is really what I love the most. Quickly 10-2 here in St. Ansgar to start this first one. Jewel misses the long.
We got a
three.
new 3 call for you tonight, Joe?
No, you know, I need to workshop a couple here, so I may break one out here. I haven't decided yet.
Just we had a 3 attempt there, but Jewel didn't go, so she saved you there.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Hopefully the next one goes in, and we.
That's what you call it. Double dribble in the business.
Bazinga. I don't know.
Bazinga.
I don't even know why that came up.
Well, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Some of mine only last one call, and then they die, so, you know.
Well, that's a way to keep it fresh.
It is a way to keep it fresh. Off of frying out of bounds, it'll go to the Knights.
Much like fouling in basketball, Joe, if you're not failing
You're not
or
trying.
you're not fouling, you're not trying. You could try. You could always try harder if you're not occasionally failing. In basketball, that's fouling, but in calling three-pointers and bajingas and scores and goals and what's it been lately? It's been
We got
Cash it.
money, cash it, bang,
it.
green bean. Green bean didn't last. I got too much negative feedback on that from the kids that know what's good and what's not. I was told that one's just it's too far out there.
Nothing but the bottom of the net is a really good ball. I
Nothing
like
but
it.
nylon, and then we had just
Oh, yeah.
nylon. But
Nylon.
so just nylon is a ripoff because there's an NBA announcer who just says nylon.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, you know, I mean, we're kind of into originality here at Saints TV. We get enough copyright infringements from the band. We don't need any more.
I will say, I don't think I've heard anyone use a green bean.
No,
or
see,
really
that's
any
a-
other vegetable, to be honest.
See, that's a totally original one.
Yeah, you never used fishnet, did you?
No, I don't believe I have.
Hot potato, there's kind of
Well,
a
you know what, Eric? Let us be the creative ones, all right? You know what?
starch than a vegetable.
Fair, that's fair. I'll just hold my tongue until we're talking movies.
Yeah, we can't wait for you to fill us in with some movie, just some must watches. You know, I had a free half hour today, and I was gonna try to watch your Brandon Lee movie, but I couldn't even find it.
Really?
Well, mostly because I couldn't remember the name.
You got to go to the Blockbuster.
You go to
only one left.
blockbuster.com.
Urbach, her first bucket. And we got 5 Saints with points in the early going here. 3 and 1s.
Doing it the old-fashioned way.
I shouldn't say that. I think the one was just a one missed free through, one made. So I guess we can't call it an and one.
And 1 attempts.
So Joe, you were at the single remaining Blockbuster
I was.
store.
It's in Bend, Oregon. I was there 2 years ago. It was the highlight of my vacation to
And
Oregon.
so if you were there, probably check I'm sure you took pictures while you were there. So take a look at the pictures. Probably the largest movie posters in that place are the ones of the movies that I'm talking about. So
You're probably right.
they're in the pictures of you smiling, giving peace signs. I'm at Blockbuster. And the back of you is the crow. with
Oh, the
Brandon Lee.
crow. That's what I'm looking for. Darn it. Okay. Damaris makes the first of 2.
It was an eagle. It was a bird. That's all I remembered.
Ah, yeah.
Misses the second.
Planned. That was planned.
Planned, just so we get the rebound. Urbach wrangles that. Norby works it around, finds Urbach, thinks about the shot. Instead, passes to Peterson, who misses.
Another
But
planned.
Damaris gets the rebound.
And guess the bucket.
Damaris has 3. Jewel has 3. Frine has 3. Norby has 3. Tabbert has 2. And Urbach has 2. I think that's 6 Saints with points in the first quarter. And the Saints lead 16-2.
That's impressive.
Spreading the love.
Great job to Slamming Sammy P running the camera and a random commentary tonight. Thanks, Slamming Sam P for helping us out here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Norby picks up the foul. That is the third of the Saints for the quarter. Newman has 5 already. And with 55 seconds to go in the quarter, Saints dominating early 16-2. Out of bounds off White. They'll stay with Newman. You know what else I learned this week, Duke, that and Sammy, that Mr. Candle Genius kept from us? It was mere hours from the day of his birth, the celebration of the day of his birth, the last time we were together, and he failed to mention or remind me of that fact. It's funny, when you get a little older, you kind of care less about that day. I'm sure it was either his 34th or 35th. I can't remember which it is, but it was something like that birthday. You'd have thought he'd have wanted to tell us about that, but he kept it from him. So instead, we're going to bring it up multiple times tonight so we can celebrate a couple of days late Mr. Eric's birthday this week.
I texted him.
Sadly.
The power of technology helps me because I can't. I don't keep good calendar and I don't remember well. But you know what? When it pops up on that little social space that says, hey, it is Eric's birthday today.
There's a little thing now. If you got an iPhone, it'll pop up. It said, do you want to add their birthday to their contact? So then you just hit yes.
Really?
And then it saves it with their phone number, and then it's there whenever you.
That's
whenever
a
the date comes
fantastic
around.
idea.
So
that's what I'm going to do. So how do I learn the birthday in the first place? I link my social media account that I get his birthday off of to it?
So
let's have a little tech talk here. Travis, help me through this.
So I don't know the tech behind it, but I was on Facebook, and Eric had it on his Facebook, and it said his birthday. So I said, oh, that's cool. So I just pulled out my phone. Happy birthday. Whatever I said.
Oh, so you sent him the text.
I sent him a text
to say happy birthday.
What a pass. I missed
it.
No.
What happened? Now you got to explain it, Sammy.
Okay.
We're talking about birthdays and phone numbers.
So you guys should never have started this topic.
No.
Clearly.
Sorry,
it's
folks.
bad luck.
Go ahead, Sammy. What did we miss?
So Narby was probably by the Saints bench, double teamed, and she was leaning over and then bounced past it with her arms. She just reached around and bounced past it to Urbach. He just ran freely to the bucket and scored.
Nice. We got the score on camera, right?
I think.
So
yes.
all 8
look at this
Saints
camera
that have played have points now. That's kind of fun.
So if I point this camera straight at
We
the
now have
floor
8
here,
Saints with points.
It's straight.
As Peterson hits
but our
that
angle
bucket.
makes us look.
We're running out of
Not
fingers
straight,
on my hand to
I
count
know
that.
it. I know it. But kind of fun. Fun first quarter for the Saints.
20-2, yeah, it doesn't get much
tops
more
it
fun
off.
than that. So
With a bucket right there at the end. And she's all Saints early in this one. All Saints and Eric's birthday. Those two things is what we've learned in the first quarter. It must be Friday night. Everybody's a little goofy. These broadcasts get a little goofy on Friday night. We like that.
So now is when we should be talking about the birthday stuff.
Right.
When we're waiting for the.
So you send him a happy birthday text, and
I'll
your
just do it to you
iPhone
right now on your
but it's
iPhone.
going to think today's my birthday, and I'm going to
Yeah,
get
I
weird
won't-
texts
I
from
won't
you.
save it, but I'm just going to text you right now, Joe.
All
I
right,
got my iPhone out.
We're
I'm gonna
testing
say,
this out. For those of you at home, this is Tech Talk with Travis.
Happy birthday. I'm going to send it to you, right?
Okay.
And then it pops up, Siri found a birthday
wow.
for Joe Beelan. So then
That-
I can hit update, and then it'll add it to your contact.
That is fantastic. So,
text-
there you go. There's a tip for you.
Yeah, text all your friends on their birthday
And then save it in your
save it,
iPhone.
and then you'll never have to remember it again because it'll be right there.
It'll pop up and tell you.
Oh, travel by Jewel. Ball going the other way.
Gerard checks in for the Saints. Ava Falk is out there as well.
Good hands. Urbach there getting her finger in there. Looks like she's shaking her hand a bit.
Yeah, like that hurts.
Oh, there she is again, getting in on the play.
That one time they got her for a foul.
Yeah.
First foul for the Saints in the second quarter, after having just 3 in the first.
Long 3 on the way, doesn't go. Out of bounds, going to the Saints.
Newman's had a little trouble getting going offensively here early in this one.
It was like us trying to get the stream up and ready for the start of this game.
Right.
We were,
Right.
I don't know what happened. It's not like
Yeah.
we were dinking around or anything.
If you're watching this in the future, we gave ourselves 40 minutes to get this thing set up and not able to get her done. Steal and layup. That's Noel.
And oddly, we made it in 22 minutes the other day. So
Right. Yeah, it shows you how. We always say it takes an hour, but you can do it in 22 minutes.
Well, I ran down to Devin's class, and I wasn't here to help for the beginning part of it. And I don't know.
I understand. It takes.
Maybe it's a full moon or something.
It could be. It could be. Sherrard finds Damaris. Saints working it around here, looking for that open shot. Bodies on the floor. Jump ball called. We'll stay with the Saints.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
We might need to get that sound effect for the board too. We need the money. We need the ching sound. We need that. We've got some requests here. Have to. 3 from Falk. Oh, just rims out.
Yep.
Pretty looking shot. Just would not go in. Rebound, or excuse me, foul on Frine. Underneath on the rebound, and we'll go the other way. Three's no good.
Another burger.
Another burger. Pass is strong, out of bounds. Go back to Newman.
Burger, that's Burger. I'm sorry. Sammy,
Burger.
that's an in and out, right?
That's an in and out. Yep.
Correct.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the burger. Maybe that's he wants to be his new nickname too. I don't know. I mean, there's
Could be.
options. We aren't
Slamming
opposed
sandwich,
to-
maybe.
Slamming sandwich.
Sandwich, Sammy.
The slider.
Jewel has it stolen
Slider
away.
Sandwich.
Slippery Sammy the slider.
Falk gets it right back.
That's a good T-Rex song, the slider.
Turnover.
T-Rex
Going the
fans
other
out there.
way. Stripped away by Jewel. And right into the hands. How many times have we seen that this year of the girl or guy
Yeah.
standing out of bounds catches that kind of
Yeah.
random loose ball and goes,
Man.
uh-oh, my
Yeah.
feet are not where they're supposed to.
And the look is always the same. It's the
right.
uh-oh look.
Yep. You got me.
T-Rex. Have you ever seen the movie? Oh,
That was a spill.
We
good
had
thing
a
good thing
crash
Slam
here
didn't catch that.
in
There was
the,
a small
in the
child
arena.
Took a crash.
But she's up and
Blew a
fine.
tire.
Happy to report she is fine.
Yep. Bounced right up.
Yeah, and she wasn't carrying the frosted cinnamon pretzel. That was
Oh,
her
that would've been
sister.
disaster.
That would have been disaster
Oh, man.
had the pretzel hit the ground. It did not.
Had the pretzel hit
ground.
the floor. Had the pretzel hit the floor.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Baby Driver, the movie?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No.
Baby Driver. You come up with
No.
With-
Literally, just search the first 6 minutes on YouTube. The first
Okay.
6 minutes.
Okay.
you'll be
Baby
hooked.
I
Driver.
follow you. I'm gonna.
Cinematic.
Yeah.
I know the Simon and Garfunkel song, Baby Driver.
So what's this about?
That's in the movie.
Is it?
Yep. It may not be age appropriate for you.
Hey,
Sammy,
I have a
I'm
text
sorry.
from Travis
Okay.
Charleston telling me happy
Oh, and the
birthday, and I
balloons
got
came up
balloons.
on the screen.
Very
Wow.
nice.
Oh, happy birthday. Did balloons? Did somebody say balloons?
Uh-oh. What's
Happy
this?
birthday.
Is that a
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Did
Joe?
you do that?
What is that wizardry?
Wow.
You gotta have the update. You don't have the update on. You gotta get the update. It'll be there.
Oh,
It's
that
in the
ball
Mac.
took out some nachos on the behind the
So
scores table.
we saved
Can we
the
clip
pretzel, but the nachos were not as fortunate.
I'm gonna clip that.
Wait, clip is here.
Oh,
Shoot. What you're coming in? Oh no, you're not live. Oh no, I'm sorry. I may have screwed you up.
no. I would
You know how to run this thing better than I do, dude. I'll keep my hands off it.
apparently not. I hit the
Norby
wrong
with the
button.
shot. She's fouled. She go to line shoot too. Quiet quarter for the Saints. They are scoreless in the first 3 minutes of quarter number 2.
You know, I do have some trickery for when we hit a 3-pointer or maybe a free throw. Free throw, confetti.
You do have trickery.
Wow.
Rosenberg out, Damaris in. Norby shooting the second of 2. She's got 4 tonight. Lane violation, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. That's why she missed it. It's fine.
Do want to take a look at this replay here.
You did get it. Okay.
Did you get all right?
So this is the Nacho.
Right there, the ball goes out of bounds. You can see a white tray off her right hip. Oh, she's kind of standing in front of it.
Oh,
Nails the
trust,
nachos.
you have to trust us. Some nachos got destroyed.
Hey, that's Nacho replay.
Newman Knights give the ball back to the Saints. Coming down, Tavert's got it inside, up and good.
Great pass, great find. Tavert to Damaris, and Damaris has 5 tonight.
Putting in the work. Gets her hand on the ball, knocks it loose. Playing good on both ends of the floor is Damaris.
Stolen away by Falk, but we find a jump ball in there.
What time are we going live for varsity, Eric?
6 o'clock, I would
6 o'clock?
say.
That was my guess. But
Yeah.
Newman turns it right back over anyway, and it'll be Saints ball. Saints lead 23-4. The junior high girls practice must have just gotten done. I see they joined us here in the gym on the far side. You can probably pick them up on the camera. There's the future of Saints girls basketball sitting in the stands across from us. And if you caught the stream the other night, we talked about we talked with Aspen Falk, and we talked about one of her duties, and you can see she's doing that right now. We said it was a job, and she said it can't be considered a job if she has to do it for free. You can see she's getting Tyke's hair ready to go, so it'll stay out of his face tonight in the boys' game. She joined us in the booth, and I asked her, I said, I noticed, you must have an extra job here when you get to basketball. And she very quickly pointed out, I don't think you can call that a job because I don't get paid. And I said, well, you're probably right.
You did get that?
So she's just a good friend,
So it's a
volunteering.
chore.
Yes, more of a chore, yeah. Think of it like feeding your parents animals. It's kind of like that. You
Oh,
just got to go do it.
And Tyke's just sitting there. He's just taking selfies.
Yep. I think
Hey, me and Aspen.
he probably
Me and Aspen.
senses that we're talking about him maybe, and he's putting that on Insta so everybody can kind of get a live look. Be my guess.
I tell you what, my animals on my parents' funny farm do not sit still like that. I wish
They don't.
would, so.
They don't cooperate as much as
No.
Tyke does.
So just so that I'm clear, you braid their hair too?
yeah, well, yeah.
I messed with your Zoom, sorry.
I was at a loss for words there,
I got you.
which is unusual for me.
Newman can't make the short shot go.
Oh, that was a collision. And the ball is out the door.
The ball has left the building. They are going to get Newman for the foul.
Let the ball out the door. Let the ball out the door.
It's definitely Friday here on Saints TV, folks.
Yeah.
You picked a good one to join us.
At
Here's
the
that
last few
collision
weeks,
again.
I've had a hard time the last few weeks.
Boom. And out goes the ball. Doop, 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 doop. Sorry.
Hey, so we got a limited audience tonight, and thank you for those of you who are here. I didn't get these scheduled the way I should have. So, obviously, if you knew there's a ball game tonight, you're either here in the stands or you're watching Saints TV right now. Just as an update, Duke has now got our.
Should I do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
He's got our varsity games now scheduled, so as long as your
I'm getting there,
notifications
I
are on.
think.
Blythe makes makes the bucket, but misses the and one. But they get the rebound. Shot's no good. Norby plucks the rebound out of there, and she's fouled. So it'll stay with the Saints, and we'll look to push the other way. Minute 33 to go. Just a 3-point quarter for the Saints after a 20-point explosion in the first quarter. Newman going to put a little pressure on defensively. Saints break that quickly.
Oh.
Turnover Saints.
Whoops.
Ball pass goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Knights here.
Oh, that was a good pump, fake, and drive.
And 2 shots.
That's Weiner, I believe is how you say that last name. Cartersville, Iowa, Weiner, I would guess.
Cartersville,
Cartersville.
Iowa.
You ever been to Cartersville?
I would have to look it up to
It's-
know where to go.
It's a house
Yeah.
and then another house, and then a pond, and then a grain elevator, and they call it Cartersville.
Probably.
And I
been
believe it's
there.
owned by the Weiner family. Or used to be.
I think
Why don't they call it Winersville?
Right? They should. They should, for sure. I don't know. Maybe it's not even the same people, but I think that's the last name of the people that own
I
or used to
probably-
own it anyway.
I probably went there one time, but just drove through there. Probably don't know that I've been there, but
That's one of those
You-
places that.
You have to want to go to Cartersville to go to Cartersville. You don't
Yeah.
It's kind
accidentally
of
go
out
through
of their
Cartersville.
way.
Yeah.
It's down by Sheffield area.
It
isn't
sure is.
Yeah.
Between Sheffield and Mason City.
oh,
On
missed
California, or near
that.
California.
My bad. Didn't miss too much, but almost a stolen pass.
There's some aggressive defense. Ball slapped out of bounds.
Good thing it wasn't, otherwise I would have missed it.
Timeout, Knights.
It's kind of been a slog after the 20
It
to 2
has.
opening the Saints had. It's kind of been
It's 3-4 since the first 6 minutes.
yeah.
And so
the
the
offense
last
has gone to the wayside. We'll say that in the last
It has.
quarter or so.
in this quarter it is 3-4. So it has been a little lackluster here as the Saints look to get back on track. Interestingly, I think we'll probably talk about this a couple of times throughout the night tonight. Newman has not played since the 21st of December. So they did not, they played a game after us to end the first half, but have not played at all since break. So this is their first time out since break for all of the Newman teams.
Really?
I think that's advantage St. Ansgar in terms
Is
of
that true?
that is true according to Varsity Bound, where I get my information.
So I was looking at, and maybe you can comment on this now. Maybe we wait till later. Heck, maybe we'll do it both times.
Let's do it
But
both times.
It looked like, so this is game number 8 in the conference for us tonight, right? So we finish our first round of conference play tonight.
Tonight is it. You
And
got
so
it.
we are, boy, what are the Saints in that? 5-2? 5-2 in the conference.
We talking boys or girls?
Boys, I'm talking boys.
Okay.
We've played 7. Is that correct?
We have played the boys. No, boys are 5 and 4. We've played 9 games.
Yeah, but conference games.
Yeah, I see. Yes, sir. We've played 7 of those.
And Newman is like somehow they were only showing on Varsity Bound 6 games.
Yes, I noticed that as well. So a couple things going on there. Let's see if we can diagnose this. If Sammy, you tell us what's going on the court. I'm going to have my eyes down here.
So Rockford,
or Eric, you tell us.
yeah. Well, I think what you're going to find is Rockford also only has 6, but they have played each other. So maybe they haven't played each other, but they have. That's a 2-point layup, left-handed layup for Newman Knight number 34. A dribble up the middle of the court.
Good shot.
Shot fouled by Falk, number 35, who's going to shoot 2 free throws. Saints have 5 fouls. Newman has 4, so
Yeah, so St. Ansgar has definitely played 7 conference games. And boys, we're talking here.
we're talking boys, yeah.
And if we go to Newman, they have played 1, 2, 3.
Tough rebound
They-
by Jar. Between the legs pass to fall for 3. That was way too loud.
No, that was good. That was good. Keep
We
it
need some
slamming,
excitement
Sammy.
in this place. It's a little dead here tonight.
Yeah,
so
we need Sammy to keep it slamming.
if you're watching, waiting to come to a later game, bring your loud voices tonight. Maybe your foam fingers, some banners.
Yes,
Let's bring some
yes,
energy tonight if
yes.
you're a Saints fan. Let's go. Let's go.
I want to see some facial paint.
Newman has also played 6 boys games.
I,
7, I mean.
Yeah.
They have also played.
Yeah, so why something's not gotten recorded there?
You are correct. So the
They're
standings.
showing 6,
Right,
but
the
they've played 7.
The standings are a little wonky there. I wonder if it has to do with the way they count top of Iowa West teams. So, for example, I noticed one of the girls' teams shows their Lake Mills in their conference standings, which isn't correct.
Oh, yeah. That could be.
I wonder if there's an error like that going on. We may have to do some manual math
Sure the proof
to
is
check out
Got to get that up. a
So,
little
the
like-
accuracy of the bound app. I think we've got a bound problem in terms of conference standings. I'm not sure those are accurate.
cut me some slack. I'm not cutting some slack, but like I have not been doing this for a while. So ignore the stuff that I miss.
No, hey, so
So-
for those of you out there in YouTube, Saints TV land watching this, right? So I'm going to state this publicly, Sammy. The vantage point in Northwood, I don't know if it was like how close we were to the court. It was difficult for me to keep the floor and the basket visible with the stuff that we
With
have
it,
going on
right,
the top.
yeah.
And I kind of noticed it during the time. I was like, why is it different? I'm not sure what the difference is.
Yeah.
So I'm a little hypersensitive now, right? So I just gave Sammy a little readjust of the camera and said, hey, check out the screen. Want to make sure we're catching that hoop. It's really more on me than on you because I really had a hard time calculating that the other night. So
There's some weird angles in some of these gyms, and you know the ceiling. And we commented on it a couple times. The ceiling in Northwood's super low, especially at the edges of that gym, and it just adds. It makes it. It's funny how little things make a big difference, and that's one of those deals. It's like, why would that matter? But it matters.
climbing the bleachers on the guest side, you got to make sure you don't hit your head on the hoop because that's just a thing. But honestly, I got to say, I'm. That's not negative at all. That just happens to be what their gymnasium is.
And
And
it's
I
the way
got to
the
say,
hoops
Northwood
fold
really
up,
took care of us. They had data. They had an internet connection. They had electricity. They had a special spot for us. And
Yeah, there are places where this job is sort of enjoyable and easy to pull off, right, Eric? And there are places where this thing is a real challenge. So we appreciate that.
And enjoyable is very much up to the individual. There are some people who like the friction of dealing with an athletic director who doesn't want to give you access to things.
Right.
I'm just not one of them. I like the smooth, appreciative North Union approach where, hey, guys, welcome, and choose any booth you want, and there's a cooler full of water there if you get
there's
thirsty.
literally
There's
like,
candy.
hey, it's hot tonight. There's candy and soda right here if you need some. Like
Like,
bro.
man,
Shout out to any Warriors watching out there.
Yeah, you're from
I'm
North
sure
Union.
they might be tuning into the Newman JV girls basketball game. You never know.
hey, this one's from the Munia family, and Duke, see how I do this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, it's you got the.
But I
wrong
gotta
font
get
color.
How do we
that
fix
resolved.
that?
Yeah, you know
Did
what?
I mess that up?
No,
I probably
it
messed
was
it up
that
it was
way.
doing that the other night too.
Okay.
And I have this one set to disappear after 7 seconds, but there's a setting for that. So, you know what? While I check the setting, let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Good luck, folks.
For real estate, automobiles, RVs, and dreams. Whether you are buying your first home, taking a dream vacation, or paying for life's little extras, we have a loan that will fit your needs. St. Ansgar State Bank, local since 1891.
We are currently in our 10th year of operations here at Bet Roofing. One of the most exciting things about owning a business has been just seeing us grow over the course of that decade, from starting out again pretty small to what we're able to accomplish in the amount of square footage of roof we put on.
So this year will be our first year of being full-time roofing. So kind of what our plan is to keep on doing what we're doing right now, but obviously we want to expand and grow upon the business and probably branch out into different communities in North Iowa.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at BET Roofing is the people that sell you your roof, the people that give you estimates, are the ones that actually are on the job site every single day, putting shingles on your roof, looking over projects, and just making sure that things are held to the highest quality that you would expect for your home. We know that roofing can be a pretty crucial part to protecting your house from the elements, so we make sure to be as responsive as possible to get out to your house, and if we need to cover something up short term, but we try to also make a priority of as our customers contact us and reach out to us, getting them on the list and moving forward as soon as possible.
I enjoy the manual labor of it. Some people don't enjoy that, but I'm one of those people that do. And I enjoy the work. It's very fulfilling, and you get to see what you accomplished every day, and working with the people is probably one of the biggest things that I enjoy too. It's fun to seeing people satisfied with the work you do.
One of my favorite parts about roofing is seeing the physical progress you make on the job site each day. You get a lot of satisfaction from driving by properties you've done in the past and seeing what you've done and being proud of what you're able to accomplish. Definitely is a lot of hard work, but it's definitely worth it in the end as well.
I didn't stop anything. All right, we are back with half number 2. Saints up 26-11. Slam and Sammy P running the camera.
Caught me off guard.
Caught him off guard. That's just how quick this thing happened.
The first quarter was all Saints. The second quarter was a pretty nice recovery from Newman to actually cut into the lead for the Saints. It was 20-2 after the first quarter. Now 26-11.
So Newman wins the second quarter, huh?
They do. They do. 9-6. They won that second quarter.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, perfectly read.
Oh, I'm hot mic, and I'm grunting to myself. Sorry, guys.
Travis has its technical issue central here at Travis's computer. I could tell by the noises he's making.
If you're at concessions and you don't mind, Travis is getting hungry up here.
Right, that was his stomach growling.
That was his stomach.
Piece of that excellent pizza, maybe a chicken sandwich, some nachos. We need a replacement nacho at the scorer's table anyway.
Yeah.
So we had an accident in the first quarter with some nachos.
Looks like it's mostly cleaned up from here anyway. That's what it's looking like. The popcorn looks exquisite tonight. I see people walking in with this delicious bag of popcorn.
Shout out concession stand workers for making excellent. It kind of glows orange. You know it's good popcorn when it's got a little glow to it. Tabbert misses the short jumper, but Falk chases down the rebound. A lot of offensive rebounds for the JV girls tonight.
I think we got a gift coming for you three.
A gift?
A gift?
A gift?
Not your average gift? What is this?
What do we have here?
Oh, look at this, you guys.
We have a presentation being made in the booth tonight.
Look at that. I can't believe it. Oh, man.
We've got to get one of those in front of the camera.
You.
Somebody show that off. Limited edition.
You want to wear one and get in front of the camera so they can see what we're talking about?
You going to model this for us?
She's going to do it.
So who are these from?
Celebrating
Megan Porsche is going to
3-2.
Megan Porsche is going to get right now. Yeah, now's a good time while they're bringing up the court, although they're bringing it up pretty fast. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. So we got these sweet caps with the new logo, by the way. If you happen to be looking at the station icon, which is probably in the lower corner of your screen right now.
Bottom right, I believe, yeah.
Bottom right corner. Duke Scoop produced a new logo for us. We're super excited about it. But this is our first dose of swag.
Swag, and there's going to be more swag coming. You're going to be able to get your hands on something like this. For now, was this a Slam and Sammy P?
I don't know. Well, Megan left. I was going to get some details from her. So Megan Porsche just sweeps in with this gift bag. And it's got these like beautifully embroidered.
Is this the gift you were getting me?
This was the apparent gift that I was getting.
That is fantastic.
There's a bag full of them she left here. Is it a giveaway? Is it like a Saints trivia? Saints TV trivia?
No, it was a gift.
With
for
a T?
all of the Saints TV team for helping.
Oh,
that is fantastic.
This is awesome.
Very nice of you, Sammy, to make that happen.
This.
And the students, some of the students that might have helped out,
Yeah.
could also get.
So there's one for them too.
So these are like official
maybe.
Saints TV.
It's for you three to decide
how we distribute.
How you guys distribute.
This
them.
is so cool. Well, thank you.
Urbatch at the line.
I assume this is a gift from Megan Porsche, or is it St. Andrew State Bank? It's from you, Slam and Sammy?
Oh.
It's from our family, we'll say.
Oh, this is
very
so
nice.
Cool.
Well,
Very
thank you
nice.
to you and yours.
Thank you. This is awesome. And the
cool.
timing is great because the snow held off until we got these caps. Now it can snow.
Now it's going to be winter.
That'll be winter.
Urbatch made one of two.
Every day I say it, just a little, take a moment of thanks for anybody who bought a snowmobile or maybe got a snow blower for the front of their skid loader this year.
You're
because
welcome.
of you, the snow is not flying.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. I have more dollars invested in snow equipment because I'm so tired of fighting it. And if I'd have only bought it 10 years ago, then, it would have stopped.
That's true.
It's like above freezing all winter. The winter I
Yeah.
finally have the stuff to move snow out of my yard. So you're welcome,
just
everybody.
You wait.
You're
once
welcome.
once it turns to March, we're going to be having
That's the way of it, isn't it?
2 feet of snow.
Oh, thank goodness we're finally out of the snow, and then on May 8th you get 2 feet.
So while we were talking gifts, did Tabbert made a bucket, right? They must have called that a 2? A long 2?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a 3.
Tell me, it was a 3. Okay, gotcha. 30, 26 plus 3 is 29. Urbach with 1 free throw makes 30. It was a 3.
There we go.
Okay,
You are
good.
correct.
See, I was going to have my video effects ready for any 3-pointers.
Well,
I
you'll-
missed it.
Well, maybe you could just do it right now.
No, we got to save it for the right time.
The free
but
throws.
Trust me, I'm ready. I mean, don't trust me. You got to see it to believe it, but it's my goal that you will see it and believe it.
Hopefully.
Maybe after a made free throw. Fireworks.
Oh,
Made free throws.
Wow.
man. That's,
Probably better for 3-pointers. Because you got a little bit of time.
That lasts a
works.
while, too.
It does last. Maybe a little scarily.
Tabbert makes both. She's
Oh,
got
no.
7.
It could be a
Tonight.
quick bucket.
More fireworks.
Oh, no.
All I see is
Oh, no.
fire. Oh, too long, man. With that fast break, we got to be cautious. We don't want to miss anything here.
Travel. No, foul. Okay. Close to being a travel, but I think they'll. I don't know what to call it. Fouled her when she was about to go up, so she had to take another step. That's what.
I like it. I like that description.
I
We're
do
going
too.
with it. We're going with
I
it.
do too.
I was so confused. Everybody was so silent. I'm like, oh, give me
Well,
We're
we
just
want-
letting it breathe.
We really wanted to give you a chance to process whatever it is that we all saw, but we were also processing. Oh my
Norby for
goodness,
3.
that's a 3. What do you do on 3? Fireworks.
Are you?
Norby's got 7 in this JV game. Stolen away by
my
Peterson.
Goodness.
Slam-a-jam time,
Oh.
but it won't go.
Jinxed it.
It won't go.
Not to say it was a jinx, but I think it might have been a jinx.
It might have been my fault. I'll take that one. I was so excited. I wanted to see her get way up above the rim and throw it down. Hunter Hillman style.
That's a quick,
Wow.
Turnover.
nice move coming up the court like that. Just sprinting, weaving between defenders. Just a little too much on the other end, and it's Saints ball all over again. Oh,
Nice
beautiful
find.
pass.
Oh, wow.
But the little runner won't go. Great feed there. Keep making that pass. Good things to happen.
Is
Out of bounds off Newman to Saints. Ball.
Is there no shot clock?
I noticed it was not running this evening. Some nights we run it, some nights we don't. Some places I see it's on in JV games, and some places it's not. So there seems to be a little inconsistency around shot clock and lower level games because JJV's been the same way.
I'll bet it has to do with capacity.
Sure.
If we have someone who wants to run it and we feel can do a good job, we're going to give them the time. Because you're right, it's not even like the destination, right? We've seen it run here and we've seen it not run here. in
Here,
St.
right?
Anthony, correct?
Yep. And you're right. It takes a bit of education, and you really got to pay attention to run that
Oh,
thing.
man.
When it resets, when it's not supposed to. It is not a job I would want. I
No.
will readily admit.
It needs to be your only job.
Yeah, right. 100% of your attention.
Can't multitask while doing that.
Well, they can be very detrimental to who gets the ball.
Right.
If there's a shot, did it hit the rim? Did it graze the rim? Did you reset the shot clock?
Yep.
Usually when the refs stop to look at a clock issue, it's because of the shot clock. So
Yep.
if you want that kind of pressure,
Right.
step right up.
And if you want to feel like what it feels like to be an official at the end of a tight game, screw that one up and see what kind of feedback you get from the crowd around you.
Free throw made, first of 2. I was predicting that she'd make the second one as well.
You were correct, sir. Jewel has 5. 8 Saints with points in this one. That's Bliley. You're going to hear that name a lot. She plays a little bit of varsity, but there's her 2 brothers. I believe they're all brothers and sisters. The 2 brothers play varsity boys.
Good pass.
You say Bliley?
Bliley.
Oh, wow.
Blimey.
You wouldn't guess it was Bliley from looking at it, but I did a little research today, and I was informed by someone much smarter than I from the Newman community that it's Bliley.
You know, one of the many things I love about you, Not Your Average Joe, is that you come to these things prepared. When you see a name that you don't recognize, you know, hey, that's the most important name in this person's vocabulary. We're going to make sure we get it right.
At least we're going to try to. If you can help us in the chat, please don't hesitate to correct, because there are names, we've had it happen a couple of times, where it's really obvious. Well, that name is Jones. And you say Jones for about a half, and then somebody in the chat says, it's not Jones, you dummy. It's Joanna's. And it's like, okay, I didn't know. So please do. You will not offend us, because we want to get their names right, too.
Probably somebody out there that the last name is spelled Jones, and
Yeah.
it's actually
Joannes.
spelled Joannes.
Yeah, exactly, and that's okay. It's,
Yep.
yeah, names aren't supposed to make sense. So
Steve Johannes out there listening is like, yes, finally, someone gets it.
Finally.
somebody can say my name. And as somebody who has a relatively easy to spell and easy looking last name that gets mispronounced about 75% of the time, I can appreciate how that, you want it said right. So I get it.
Do you ever run into people that you do know their names, and you should know their names, but you can't remember them in that moment?
Yep.
That's the
I bet.
worst. And then as soon as you walk away and you're like, it's Joannes. I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So do random.
So, Sammy, how do you handle that? You just like, I'm just not going to call them by name, or do you?
It happens when I meet new people and I've like met them for like a few times and I just forget. Well, what's their name? So then I have to awkwardly go up and ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a good trick, and it works for me, except for once when it didn't work for me, but I'll tell you about that too. So I just say, hey, I apologize. Like, how do you spell your name again? And usually that works, right? But one
it's
time
Mark,
it was like,
M-A-R-K.
one time it was B-O-B. I was like, oh,
Bob?
yeah, that spelling of Bob.
I thought it was the alternate spelling of Bob.
I thought you had an A and an H in there.
I thought it was like Roberto with like the tilde over one of the vowels or something.
That is a good trick and hilarious that, Joe or Bob or Jim maybe doesn't work
here's,
quite as well.
Here's one you can try that's similar to that. You can go, say, what's your name? And they'll be like, oh, it's Bob. No, your last name.
Oh, there you go.
So
There
then you
go.
get both.
I like that.
Right. Yeah, I like it.
That's good. Very
So then you get them to tell them your first name, but then, you meant like, no, I meant your last name. And there's probably someone out in the lobby who I bumped into on the way in tonight who's like, wait, he did that to me.
He did that to me. Don't give away all your secrets. Yeah, exactly. Stolen away by Newman. 4 seconds to go here.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
Saints lead at 39-22 after 3.
You got that. Right.
I have a forgotten name story. So I was at a local establishment looking across the place at somebody, and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him, and we both knew each other, but I just could not. I couldn't get the name, and I knew I was going to say something to him. I gotta figure this out. So I noticed somebody else I knew who was talking to him. So they came over to say something to me, and I was like, hey, what's that guy's name you were just talking to? Like, oh, it's Jim. And then she laughed. I'm like, what's so funny? She's like, he just asked me what your name was. I'm like, fantastic. Now I feel much better about not knowing his name because he didn't know mine. You see, so it's all right. Turns out neither one of us knew who the other one was. Well, we knew, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Quick shout out to FSB and Grand Millers. Thanks to your generous contribution, which gets our Saints students into our home games absolutely free of charge. back to slamming Sammy's game camis here.
Here we go. Fourth
Slamming
quarter about
Sammy's
to get
game
underway.
Cammy, is that what you just said?
Something like that.
Something like that. Saints lead by 17 to start the fourth. Bet all Saints in this one after a 20-2 first quarter. Newman's clawed their way back to make it reasonably close, but it has been Saints' game the entire way.
Good find. Falk.
Nice
No
play.
good.
We've had a bunch
You know
of
what
those
we ought to
tonight.
do? We ought to start like a
Good
running
find.
list of quotes from like a quote book.
I
We
like
probably should.
You could probably sell that. That's probably a marketing
Probably
idea.
could.
Like a fundraiser, like, you know, maybe kind of one of those white elephant fundraisers. Like, if you don't pay for this book, you're going to get it. You know,
Although there might be some double dills in there that are actually worth
that are
something.
worth them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right?
This ain't football.
That might be the highlight of the year. Is this so far? Is this ain't football,
Football quotes probably could.
or the 4 quarters. You sure it's not 5 quarters? That was
many do you
pretty
think
good
there
too.
were? I don't know. I don't know, dog. Be 6, be 5. Basketball and volleyball are pretty much the same thing, says Dill.
Yep. No, I feel it. I understand what he's getting at.
I mean, not to be.
Good find again. Good passing. Damaris kicks it back out after a couple of good passes inside. Can try again. Back in. There you go. There it was again. Same play.
Easy
Ran
does
it
it.
again. And it worked the second time.
Not to be like self-obsessed or anything, but then there was the ham and bacon quote.
Self-obsessed.
Not trying to.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember
Sure,
that
sure,
one. What
sure.
did that happen
No?
here? What are you talking about? I'm kidding, Sammy. That was a good one. I loved it. You know, we had some good comments on that one, by the way.
Was I there for that one? Did I miss that one?
No, I think you were there.
That was Lake
Home-
Mills, right?
Home game. Was it? Yeah, it was the playoff game.
Versus Lake Mills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the
playing.
football game. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the football game.
I'm like
Not
thinking
the-
basketball season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Same animal,
We had
says
breakfast meats.
Slamming Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a pretty easy one. I see the pork
Yeah.
producers are paying some Iowa State kids to use their, what is it, buy.
Have the poster up in
No,
my
no,
room.
yeah.
It's-
There's like 5 names in a row.
Yeah,
It's,
and then-
Purchase
Miles
more ham and-
Purchase.
Purchase more
Yes.
ham and bacon.
Purchase
Ham.
more ham and bacon.
Purchase more ham and bacon.
Have
It is funny.
right over my bed.
Do
Where
ya?
the poster is. So
Fantastic.
fun when you have a local guy,
I mean,
relatively local, and they go to a college, a D1 college, and it's fun to say, "Hey, my high school team played against that guy."
Yeah.
Right?
Oh gosh,
Right.
that game was for anyone who was there. That was. It's been a long time since I've seen a single player defensively take over a football game.
You
as
just
a
don't
middle
see it
linebacker.
very often.
Oh,
where
he was
there's
everywhere.
there's 18 total guys on the field, and one can just wreck a
It-
game like that. It's
It
crazy.
felt like they had their normal 11 on defense and then 5 extra linebackers, but it's just that one
right?
kid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, where are these guys coming from? You got some receivers out, you know, that are doing their thing, and other than that, it's 1 on 9, and holy crap, he's dominating. It is incredible.
Good find.
I think the Saints won that game, right?
Barely. We had to
Despite
come
the
back
fact
to
that
win.
he had the game of just
I think it was some late fourth quarter heroics from Ryan Cole that saved that one
I believe
for
you are
us.
correct.
I just think back to like maybe when my dad was playing in high school and wonder, what if Saints TV was a thing back then? Like
So-
a
Oh, man.
radio broadcast, and then we transitioned into video broadcasting.
The old timers talking on the radio. Yeah, see?
Got the single bar face mask out, not the newfangled 2-bar face mask. Back when your dad played, Sammy. Man, that was a long time ago. We won't mention that. He's
And
That is
foul.
something I've thought about for this product that we're putting out. It is kind of fun to think, you know, there'll be some some truths that have to be told because there's going to be no more tall tales of I had 287 yards, 43 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, all in one game. Oh yeah, well Saints TV, we can go watch that there, fella. Let's look. Let's
Let's
count
go look at
these.
some of
Let's
that.
count these touchdowns as you score them. We may keep some of the big fish stories in check in the future, and then I bet there will be a lot of young men and women that are forced to watch the glory days of mom and dad in about 20 years on YouTube.
Yes, indeed.
Think of the value of that. Man, that's going to be fun. Connor King someday to say, look here, young man, this is what it was like when I played football. Bring that up and watch a little bit. That'd be kind of fun.
They'll be remembering one play and like trying to scrub through a 3-hour video trying to find it, and the kids rolling their eyes. Oh,
Yep.
come on.
Dad, you never scored a touchdown. Can we stop looking for it, please?
I mean, you think about it, they're going to be listening to your voices. So, like, you could be talking to their kids right now. Hey, Ava Falk's kids who are watching this 20 years from now.
Right. Watching a JV basketball game at Christmas time. And she gets a block on command.
Yep.
Ava Folk blocks
knows.
the shot. That's
It's definitely the luck of the Saints TV. I don't know what do we even decide to
Mojo.
call this thing?
we've
the Mojo?
called it.
The
We've called it Moxie or
Moxie
Mojo.
and
Is what we
Mojo.
went to when you
Yeah.
were gone on Tuesday.
The
there.
Mojo Moxie.
Maybe we combine them. But you spend a little time on Saints TV, good things happen if you're a player. We've determined that for sure. However you want to call
That's
it.
fact.
Another 3.
I'm
That
surprised
one's
you
up
have to
there.
go pick anybody to broadcast with us during these games. I mean, they should be totally lining up.
They should be lining
like,
up.
I want this to be my game.
Yep.
Back and forth.
And I think that's going to kind of continue to be a thing, especially at away games where we go find some kids to join us. Nice to get their perspective. Fun to listen to somebody else talk for a while and
It's
see
a
what
lot
they're
of
all
fun.
about. A lot of these kids are in that stage of their life making decisions about their futures. Kind of fun to, I think we've gotten a couple of announcements about their futures on the air. That's kind of fun.
That is kind of fun. Especially now as kids begin to commit to colleges. And
Yep.
Yeah. I listened into the stream the night after the game, and I was cracking up. It's just so fun to hear somebody you know's voice
yeah.
on the air. Kind of gives you like the chills.
What'd you think of him in his performance the other night? Did you approve? Is it okay?
Solid.
I mean, solid? Good.
Solid.
Good. Did you tell her you always talk about her and her performances in the first half, and then you motivate her? Does she know that?
She'd have to watch it, get us some more views. I don't even know if she has an account, and if so,
She better like it.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hit the little bell. Do all of that if you're out there. We need to get to 1,000, so help us get there. If you have not done that yet, please go subscribe for us.
They were so close.
We are so close.
You know, maybe there's something
Like that
fun we
three-pointer.
could do for when we get to 1,000.
How about a hat? We got
Maybe
hats now.
there's a drawing. I don't know, random.
Party.
You know, that would be fun. You know, Osage, that was how much did the bank give away in Osage last night? How many pins there were?
I wasn't keeping count.
There was
but
a lot.
There was a lot of pins last
It
night.
had been 17. There were 17 pins.
17. So that is, by my math, a fair amount of moolah.
Like $850 or something.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe we should do something like that every time.
That'll do it for the girls' JV game. They win handily. 46-29 is the final.
You know what? I'll make the statement right here. Every time Hunter Hillman dunks, he's got to make the dunk. By the way, it's not just an attempted score dunk. He got to dunk for 2 points.
Yep.
Milkhouse Candles will donate $50 to Saints TV every time Hunter
For
Hillman
every Hillman
dunks
dunk.
the basketball. Yep.
I like it. I like it.
Might be a bit of inside people involved in that. Maybe.
Max Beelan joins us in the booth.
Oh, Maxwell Beelan, all right.
He's ready to go
I'll give
tonight.
$100 for every time Maxwell Beelan dunks.
I'll give $1,000. I'll give $100,000 for every
Wait a
time
minute.
Max
You got to be able to
Beelan
write that
dunks.
check. You got to be able to write the check. This kid can hop. He's got hops.
He can hop for a 5'11" and 3/4-inch guy. He can definitely hop, but it's a long ways, not just to the basket, but to get high enough to get the ball over
Max,
as well. You have to do both.
Max, I will actually pay $1,000. My check will be good. I can't speak to what Joe's talking about, but if you dunk the ball, I will pay $1,000. Milkhouse will pay $1,000 to Saints TV. Just think of the good you can do by dunking, and well, you got to make it, dude. We're
And it
counting
has
on
to be
you.
in a game.
The world's counting on
right?
you. Oh, it's got to be in the game.
Okay.
Yes, it does. No trampoline.
Okay,
It's gotta be
I was just going to ask, can we
legal
use a
dunk.
ladder? Can there be? Now, I've seen on YouTube some assisted dunks. You ever seen this? Like in game.
Lift it
Where
up.
the little guy runs into the big guy and he kind of does the old dirty dancing, whatever we lift
You're giving
move.
them ideas.
That's not legal though, is it?
I don't know.
is.
I'm
I
asking
think
you.
it
I see it.
maybe.
I don't know if it's legal in a game.
What's the call? I mean, I don't
right?
know.
Yeah. Is it a travel? Is it a what is it? It's not true. You're in the air, right? I don't know. Either.
My goodness. you
Anyway,
guys.
so 9 minutes before the boys' JV game tips off here. Good one for the girls. Girls JV wins handily, 46-29 over the Newman Catholic Knights.
I hope Max gets a breakaway tonight and y'all cover your eyes.
I'm gonna have to. Thank you, Maxwell. Have a good luck tonight. Have a good one.
Break a leg.
See you after.
I'm putting these little comments up here, not because I want to see them. I do. Thank you, Derek Peterson. I'm trying to change the background color before it goes away. Got it.
Eye roll emoji.
All right, let's see it go that way. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Okay. Thanks, Winnie, family. Sammy, you're doing great, buddy. Learn from the pros. I wonder what that means. Could you explain what that means, learn from the pros?
I think it means that you guys are pros.
You sure? Are you sure
Might
it's
mean
not a
that-
comment to Sammy? Watch these guys play basketball because we want to see you play basketball next year.
I
mean,
honestly have no
Could be
idea.
that, Sammy.
Honestly,
Could be that.
have no idea. It's a good answer. Honest answers are good answers. Always acceptable.
Yes, they are.
You know what I forgot, gentlemen? That I'm going to go render repaired and right at this very moment? My chair.
Oh, man. Well, I always
find
forget
one
mine.
of those.
Don't forget to take your headset
I
off.
won't. We'll
Do
see
you
in a minute.
have oh, it's in you brought it with you.
It's in my car.
See, for me,
just
I got to
never
look
made
for
it
my
in here.
spouse. Got it. We're going to move to commercial while Joe does that because we just can't do
Come
this
again.
without him.
Don't be a stranger.
We'll be back right after this. Don't you leave now.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Box K Beef, premium wholesale beef. From our place to your plate.
Brought to you in part by Gordy's Repair in Stacyville, Iowa. Oh, man.
Farm Bureau
Quick commercial,
Financial
guys.
Services.
They're gonna
It's
drive
your
me nuts,
future.
so hold on.
Let's protect
I
it.
should be able to do this in
Contact
TV.
Agent Brian Putney with offices in Ansgar and
Because
Stacyville,
this is
Iowa.
live here, but so I made these guys, and I just put them on the push buttons, which is good, but I don't.
At K2 Agronomy, we embrace a holistic approach to crop production, focusing on soil, seed, and plant health. K2 Agronomy, helping our customers to achieve the maximum return on their investment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services in Stacyville, Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team's experienced agents understand the unique risks and needs of the agricultural community. They offer competitive rates and comprehensive coverage to protect your farm, equipment, crops, and livestock. Choose Focus Insurance for reliable service, market expertise, and peace of mind.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Prairie Lakes Church in Osage. Services are every Sunday at 9 and 10:30 a.m.
You're looking for a great place to watch the game? Try CB Brandt's Pub and Grill in St. Ansgar. Want to see today's specials? Facebook search CB Brandt's Pub and Grill. 1,000 followers, can't possibly be wrong. All right, folks, time to get real. If you're not subscribed to the Enterprise Journal, you are missing out. What a great Mitchell County newspaper. They cover sports, they cover music. They cover it all from Osage to St. Ansgar to Riceville. The student activities, the political environment. If you are a resident of Mitchell County or once were a resident of Mitchell County, you owe it to yourself to keep in touch. Great editorials from Cassandra Leff, always entertaining editorial from Lindsay Falk. Every issue, every week is packed with value. You've got to subscribe today. Call 641-713-4541. Do yourself a favor, you deserve it. Subscribe today. Call the Enterprise Journal and get yourself a copy coming every week. Tell them Candle Genius sent you.
For nearly 30 years, we have been a partner to the communities in Northeast Iowa, fulfilling the energy needs of our neighbors and friends. A good partner knows your business and understands your needs. Providing the highest level of service possible is our mission. Our customers count on us to reliably and safely deliver the fuel products they need to keep their productivity high whenever the need arises. We are continuously improving our capabilities by adding storage, improving the fleet, or utilizing new technology. We've put together a well-rounded team of specialists who welcome the opportunity to answer your questions and assist your plans. These efforts result in a better experience for our customers. At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Whether for work or for play, having a driver's license is pure freedom. Saints Driving School offers year-round driver's education classes. Why would you wait? Call 641-420-3594 today.
And doers. And the right skills can turn dreams into reality. We partner with businesses and universities to get you to the next level, leading the way with intention and purpose. So when you graduate, your dream becomes your reality. We educate, we partner, we lead, so you can dream big. North Iowa Area Community College.
Our state bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. St. Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
As a family-owned business since 1922, we have a good feel for what it takes to be a strong and growing member of the local economy. Our hope is that our customers and employees have a warm and welcoming experience each and every time. We strive to communicate a clear vision and plan for individuals, our company, and our community's success. We work to ensure that the quality of all of our people, our products, and our services stand the test of time. If you would be a good fit for our company in a mechanical or managerial position, we would love to hear from you. Benefits include competitive pay.
Welcome back. St. Ansgar boys JV game about to get underway. Quad versus Newman tonight. The girls win big, 46-29 in the first one. 6 minutes on the clock. Boys JV about to tip off. I made a 7-minute run to the car to get my chair. For those of you who were very hanging on the edge of your seats wondering about the status of that. Why does it take 7 minutes to go get your chair from the car, Joe? Well, because you forget the keys and you go twice and you park as far away from here as possible. Going back to do the tip.
I know that feeling.
You forgot your keys once tonight already, didn't you?
I don't have any tech tips for that one.
All
Joe,
right,
so.
well, I appreciate you thinking about it, though. Foul early here. Number 2 will go to the line. Shooting
4 seconds
2.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Tyler Girk looking for a charge on that one. Got himself caught in a foul instead.
Makes 1. Does number 2. So if you watch the JJV stream a few weeks ago, you saw quite a few of these guys. Looks like it's a bunch of the same guys.
Wait a minute. The same guys on JV as our JJV?
Number 2 played quite a bit. I see the Nelson guy at the end of the bench over there. He'll be in here in a minute. We'll try to get some names. They also have 2 freshmen who play a bunch of varsity, so they have a deep, young squad there at Newman on the boys' side.
Well, looking at the varsity record, Newman appears to have a good team, so I expect that this JV team will be equally disciplined.
That is for sure. All right, a secret source has provided some names and numbers. Number 2 that we mentioned is Thomas McGuire. So he is, I believe he's averaging almost 13 points a game at the varsity level. So he'll be one to watch in this game, and you can see him again here in a little bit, probably off the bench for the varsity squad.
Great recovery by Tyler Girk on that one. Gets the ball back into Derek Heeman. They don't get points out of it, but he did keep that ball in Saints' possession instead of allowing it to go out. It's a very athletic move for number 33, Tyler Girk. Left-hander Tyler Girk.
And then Peterson does a nice job of bouncing it, using that move, bouncing it off of a Knight to retain possession for the Saints.
I fixed it, Eric.
Your fonts?
Yeah.
Nice. Duke, if anybody can do it, the Duke can do it. We're talking during commercial break. Duke created his own technical issue by updating some fonts in his system. And if you know Duke, Duke's a perfectionist. The guy wants to make sure the fonts are exactly as the style guide for Saints TV would indicate.
We're getting
and I
there.
appreciate
We're not quite there, but we're getting there. We'll be a professional outfit one of these days.
Number 34 for Newman also plays a bunch of varsity. I think he's averaging 7 or 8 points a night as well on the at the varsity level. So get a little taste of him here early. So the Knights do like the Saints do. You'll see a couple of varsity guys for a couple of quarters in this one. Pulling back, finds a sticky spot on the floor, it looked like. Or at least that's what we're going to call it.
That's a good name for it. Sticky spot. Grab the heel of his shoe.
Say, Joe, do you have any reason why Max is wearing a Texas sweatshirt right now?
Well, because that is Maxwell. He likes.
I will go on the record as saying I do not approve.
So he just wears random. We go places. He buys shirts from where we go.
So it's your fault.
So it's kind of here. It could be worse. I have to pay for this stuff. If you think it's painful to watch him
No,
wear
you do not, Joe. You do not have to pay for this stuff.
let me word it this way. I get the opportunity to pay for it. This is he doesn't like stuff, so he's not a trinket guy. He's like his mom in that way. She's a minimalist, so is he. We don't have pictures on our walls. We don't have stuff on our counters. Max is taken after her with that. So instead of buying, you go on vacation, you want a souvenir, You don't get a souvenir. You get a T-shirt or a sweatshirt.
Okay.
So that's Max's thing. So he has Wisconsin. He has an Oregon Ducks shirt that's really horrendous. He has San Diego, University of San Diego baseball. That's actually kind of cool. That one's not so bad. He's got a Padres. He's got a, You know where we've been. If you just follow Max around and see what sports team shirts he's wearing, you know where we've gone on vacation recently.
So the Oregon one, I'm guessing, is from your trip to the Blockbuster.
Where we went to Blockbuster. You are correct. They are correct.
Probably disappointing that one of the teams lost.
I wanted him to get a Blockbuster T-shirt, but he didn't.
He didn't. See, I was going to say that would have been a really wise expenditure of Papa's cash, was to get a Blockbuster sweatshirt. But that didn't happen, huh?
No.
We're just not going for Derek today.
They are
Derek's
not.
usually very reliable. He's just not quite warmed up yet. Misses a shot that we're used to seeing him make, and missed a free throw that we're used to seeing him make. I can see why now. His shoe was untied. So expect the next one to go.
He's fixing that issue right now. Now he'll be balanced, and this one will find the bottom of the nylon.
We'll just show him. We're going to tell him right now. We're going to show him a lot of love on the broadcast if he makes this. Love on the broadcast if he. Well, sorry, Derek.
No love.
You have to wait. I was ready with my love button here. Don't ask questions.
The love button.
You just got to wait for it. All right.
Oh, I'm waiting.
So is the next shot going to be?
No shot. Says the man.
I
in
believe
stripes.
we're getting a no-shot call. Agree.
That one going against Saints number. Did he say 32?
I believe that's what I saw.
Derek Newman.
That was Girk. So.
Oh, it was Gurk.
Well.
33.
Well, what was the foul on? Was it an off ball? Was it a? Is there going to be a love button there?
Not on that one. No. No.
Wow.
Wesley Cole, the freshman. Again, the freshman who scores 12.6 points a game and hits 40% of his threes at the varsity level.
Wow.
Makes it 10-0 Newman.
I mean, we
Why
got to
is he
give him credit.
playing
That was a good
JV?
shot, right? It was a good shot. A three-pointer. Gets 10 points. This is Saints TV, so we got to be a little selective about how we use the love button. However, we got to give kudos. Just a hard-working athlete out there shooting threes and draining them, leaving us with a score here in the first period or quarter. What is it?
Quarter, sure.
So then thumbs up.
What's this period on the
Well,
board?
it
there?
sure
Stanza.
does.
The first stanza.
The first stanza.
So would we
You
have
know-
a thumbs up?
So is the
Yeah, do you want a thumbs up?
A thumbs up for.
Sammy's got a thumbs up. Actually came from the coach himself. Look at that. It's clearly Eric Klein gave that thumbs up based on how the bubbles presented.
Yeah, that was his thought bubble.
he doesn't just reading his body language. He doesn't look like he's ready to give a thumbs up.
No.
Right now.
I think it's just like to the team, maybe, hey, go get him, guys.
Go get him now.
Maybe with a wink, you know what I'm saying?
Good time out there. Let's reset. Start this thing over.
You got it.
2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the first stanza. I think we officially renamed quarters.
Maybe you just need some points. and
Good
then
break
maybe
there
that'll
for the
work.
Saints.
If we're talking quarters or stanzas, I'm feeling a little dissonance in this game so far.
Got to bring your dictionary.
Dictionary, that's above my pay grade. It's Nelson who checks in for the Knights. Misses the three.
Dictionary? What are you talking about?
I know, that wasn't a very big word.
That's a musical term. Duke knows dissonance.
Man,
Heeman gets fouled. He'll go to line shoot two.
Smart play.
All right, we got the love button ready. Derek, make your free
dissonance.
throws.
There seems to be some dissonance on the agreed level of vocabulary to use on the stream.
Hey, we just got to experiment. We're not afraid to try things.
Heeman
There's a little love
Gets
for.
the seal
Oh, that
off.
was not it. Hold on. I
Thumbs up.
promise love. I promise love. I promise love.
Aw.
There we go.
Heeman
boy,
breaks the
Derek.
ice for the Saints and get them on the board here. 4-minute drought broken. Heeman makes both.
Yeah, party time.
Yeah.
Party like it's 1999. We got 2 points on the board.
Saints needed that just to get this thing going. Got an official's timeout for a untied
Another
shoe.
untied shoe from Derek Teeman.
Yeah, Derek Heeman's going to have to get some Velcro shoes for the second half. But as long as he keeps making free throws, we'll
Get
let him
Barry
stay.
Kittleson out there. You have him tape him up for him.
There you go. They won't come inside if Barry
they'll
gets
stay
near him.
on. Have to wear him to
Oh,
bed.
good pump fake.
Good move there for the night. Number 23, I'll get you a name here.
Way to battle by Heeman on that one.
23 is Dutcher. For
Saved
Newman.
his own mistake there, dribbling into
Yep.
traffic.
Strong hands.
Bit of a confused clapping coming from the crowd. Somebody like half clapped, waiting to see what the foul
See what the call was. I understand. Done right, you can sarcastically clap as well. I've heard that done.
Like the pitch and tone of the clap, or is it the timing? Of
I think
the
it's
clap?
timing.
It's timing.
I think it's timing.
Yeah.
It's got to be like on, it's like, man.
Theoretically, you could just waste a minute here.
Instead, they find
Oh, you
Heeman
can get 2
inside.
points.
Heeman's got 100% of the Saints' points tonight. It's 12-4 Newman.
Waste the quarter, get points. What more could you ask?
It's like
McGuire to
clapping.
Cole, bang.
Oof. I give him credit. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, you can see why he makes 40% of them at the varsity level. They're pretty.
How old is he? Freshman? you
Yeah,
said?
just a freshman, too. Plays. A nice, pretty shot for a young guy.
Gets the rebound.
We need to get Heeman on the broadcast. What about that?
That's a good idea. We need to get that done maybe at the next one. Next road game.
Maybe. One-handed snag from Heeman. Out to Mullenbeck. Makes the three-pointer.
Cash it. Mr. Magic Mully's got 3.
Magic Molly like fireworks.
8-point game.
McGuire misses the 3 at the end, and it is 7 for the Saints, 15 for the Knights. After 1 here in St. Ansgar.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm working on getting the point totals for the girls' JV game. I'll get those to you here as soon as we have them. Secret stat keeper's going to run those to me here.
I think I know who the secret stat
No
keeper is.
No names. No names.
I'm not
Don't
gonna- I'm
display
not
any
gonna
secrets
say it.
here. Don't display any secrets.
But you will never get it out of me.
That's good. My secret needs to stay safe.
That's exactly right. Slamming.
I'll never talk.
So Saints get back in that one after being down, was it 9 or 11-0 at one point?
It was 10 for sure. It was at least 10.
And they didn't score until 2 minutes remaining in the quarter, and they get 7 in those last couple of minutes. So Saints claw their way back in. I assume we'll see a couple of different guys on the court, and we do immediately. Joe Clevenger is in, Tyson Klein is in, Gavin Squire, Chase Haugen, and Petey, I believe, is the official name for Mr. Peterson.
This is a great time to predict how you might see these players enter the game tonight. Joe, do you have any predictions as to how much Joe Clevenger, how much Derek Heeman you're going to see tonight?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we will see Tyson and Joe in their normal rotation, and I think we'll get Heeman going like we did. He'll get a couple of opportunities like we did at Northwood. We will see the status of Carson Sparrow. I don't believe that is yet to be revealed, but we'll determine his status here prior to the varsity game, and that will, I believe, have an impact on the playing time of Mr. Heeman specifically. I think that changes our rotation at the varsity level for the boys. So we talked about what Newman's, those 2 guys who play quite a bit of varsity are not on the court here in the second quarter, and our guys who rotate in varsity are on the court. So we'll see how that changes this game.
I think Heeman's role changes when he goes up to varsity, because then it's more of having an extra rebounder maybe out there, but he can still score on the varsity level, and it's more of having an extra guy to help run the offense maybe not to dribble it, but just to help to run with our plays, just like maybe a replacement to Carson is basically what it might be. But I don't even know how to explain it really.
So
I thought it was.
He's kind of a role player off the bench
Yeah.
in varsity level, and then JV level, the
He's
offense
the star.
filters through him.
Yeah. Wow. Lucky bounce. I don't even know how that happens. Hits the wedge.
The iron
and then
was
bounce.
kind for Mr. Nelson here tonight.
I suppose you'll allow
Squire
a little
for
luck.
3. Oh.
Petey with the rebound.
Yeah.
That was
Fine.
Petey.
Shot.
Is that right?
Petey.
Yeah.
Petey. He is the third in a long line of Peteys, I believe.
They all been
that was
called
the
Petey?
other. I think that was the other one's nicknames too. So we just keep them coming. We don't have to get original now. We don't need to rethink a nickname. We'll just
Petey
recycle.
the third.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a PD the 4th.
There could be.
Well, I mean, there already is.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, this is
What is
happening.
he?
Is
Petey
he
the
the
third
Wait
or
a
the
minute.
fourth?
Is he the second or is he the third?
I don't know.
I can't keep up.
I don't know.
I think
Well,
maybe he's just the second.
If
And
he
the
played
third
for
is
Newman, he'd be like Pope Petey the third, right?
That's right.
Pope
I never
Petey
thought
the-
of that.
Pope Petey number 3D.
There's so much creativity going on up here. Guys, I noticed Mr. Colton Winia is not suited this evening. In fact, I don't see him. I know he's got a
Vacation.
if we're calling Sparrows an upper body injury, I believe he's got Sparrows is a lower body injury, then Winia's got an upper body injury.
Yep.
Maybe we
But I
could
know he
ask.
was nursing this week, and I wonder if the effects of that have prevented him from seeing action tonight.
LaCourte.
You don't see him, right? Is that
I
what
don't
you're
see him at all. Do you?
No, I don't.
I don't
see
know if I was
there's
missing him. I've been looking for about 2.5 minutes. So
There's a
I haven't
Winia
watched any of
family
the
on the
game.
chat. Ooh.
Maybe they could give us an update.
Dunk it.
Whoa.
Klein gets a little over the back.
Whoops.
Weird shot attempt. I don't know if I would call that a free throw. I mean, yeah, I don't.
I think you
he was
got him.
going to.
I think you got him.
Yeah, I think so too, Sammy. It just feels like the right thing to do.
If you don't, you might get clipped and made into a YouTube short about officiating if you aren't careful. I've heard that can happen. That thing's going to go viral. We post it too.
You know what? I wanted to, but
Yeah, it's
copyright
probably-
infringement does not allow me to make a short out of that. So
yeah.
some of the advertisements that we use are not. They don't. The copyright doesn't stop it from publishing on YouTube because it's. I mean, we pay for it, right? So it's copyrighted music that we pay to use. The copyrighted music shows up on YouTube, but it doesn't because they know we have it licensed. It doesn't keep us from publishing it.
Gotcha.
However.
But
They're
it does prevent
very
you.
strict on their shorts. They say if there's anything that has any type of copyright identified, you may not make a short because had we been able to make a short of what happened to Tyke Remster, I'm telling you we'd be
Where
world
was the
famous.
copyright in that?
It's in the ads.
So it's our
It'll
whole
actually
channel is
tell it.
banished for making shorts now?
That whole video is that
The whole-
video.
that
So
video,
if
got
I
it.
want to do a short, and it's probably worth it for that one, I probably should go back and do it.
So can you just crop the ads out of the frame?
So they give you, what do you want to do? Do you want to mute that section? Do you want to crop out that section? Do you want us to replace the music in that section? And
There's
it takes
music there?
forever. Just in the ads. Just in the ad. No, not in that spot. If there is an ad in your video at all,
Oh, in
if
the
there's
entirety
a
of the
copyright
video.
in the video at all, they will not allow you to make a short. Correct. I should show you how to fix that sometime, just in case you want to see it. But
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's intriguing.
Oh.
So, folks at home listening along, if you are interested in the finer points of
YouTube publication, yeah.
YouTube media copyright details, feel free to chime in. That was a joke, and that was not a good joke. Sorry.
It was an effort. Clevenger's got such a pretty shot. Always so soft off the iron. Gives himself an extra shot, extra chance to make some of those. That one does not fall. They usually do for him.
you know, the kids say that Joe Clevenger's like the nicest guy they know.
I'd agree.
That doesn't surprise me.
If you don't know Joe Clevenger, you need to.
Good feed from Klein to Heem, and he
Great
lays
play.
it in.
I hear all the kids say that Drew's the nicest teacher they know, too.
Is that true?
I'm just kidding.
We could start controversy here on Saints TV.
Well, it's in the chat, so I'll add her to the program.
Not that
Figures
he's
public
mean, but
knowledge.
it seems like all the kids have they revere him and respect
They do.
him. Very,
For sure.
No, there's no doubt about that.
We are lucky to have the group of teachers we have at our school. I would put them up against anybody. That may be biased, but I still would say it. I went to school here, so, there's reasons for me not to like it, too, and I still do. Clevenger with the bucket. Klein with the bucket on the possession before that. Saints are right back in this thing, down 7.
Well, let's use this timeout to go ahead and show some of the clips of the plays that we just saw. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh,
Smart for
exquisite
him, and
basketball.
just let the guy fly by.
mastery.
Either he'll foul you or you'll be wide open. One of the two is going to happen. And that's
another one.
Tyson. And good feed there. Mully to Joe. Up and in for the easy 2. Saints are within 7. Newman calls the timeout. Minute 11 to go in the first half.
Sweet shot you guys are talking about.
So we talked about the rotation here, right, of who's playing who when, and it definitely is having an impact in the first quarter, and it definitely has had an impact here in the second quarter.
Guessing we're going to have Heeman, Clevenger, and Klein play 2 minutes. No, not 2 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes in case of injury.
So we likely will not see
tells me right there
those 4 guys for one of the quarters in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how it's played in the second half. Turnover by Newman. It'll be Saints ball down 7 here. Look to cut into that lead with 1 minute to go in the first half.
Oh, caught him off guard. And he goes down hard. Hard guard. I'm Dr. Seuss. I don't get how you don't hear that.
You're Seuss-like. I'll say Seuss-like. But
3-second call.
But that guy's a whiz. Don't you love Dr. Seuss stuff?
Do we have a random movie recommendation? I was expecting one.
No,
right
but
after
there is
that.
actually, if you know this, I actually own a copy, and I'm not even going to talk about what it is. There is a Dr. Seuss book that is not meant for kids.
What?
No, that's not true.
Oh. Room for 3. No good. I was
You had me
honestly.
going. Like, oh.
I actually believed myself for a second.
You could have not said anything and moved on. I would have I didn't know that.
No, I lied. It's a Shel Silver. There is a Shel Silverstein book, though. You guys know Shel Silverstein?
Yeah.
Shoot. Klein gets it off. Oh, it does not go.
Slammin' Sammy's angle said that thing should have gone.
It wanted to.
I've also heard that it's not pronounced Dr. Seuss, it's Dr. Seuss.
You have?
I'm serious about
Really?
that. And
Dr.
he had his own
Seuss.
little poem about it, too.
Dr. Seuss from New Jersey?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
kind of a deal or
I'll
what?
have to look it up.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss from New Jersey.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr.
Well, for some reason, I think I can identify the reason. We didn't tape our scoreboard camera down. And when the raving fans here in St. Ansgar jump up
raucous
and down
crowd?
for joy, the ruckus crowd, it kind of throws the scoreboard camera off just a little bit. Sammy's pointing at it. He says it was him. What? You want to fix it? Oh, yes. That would be great. Slammin' Sammy P is on assignment. While he's on assignment, we're going to go to commercial because we just can't do this without just Slammin' Sammy. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with the second half.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by St. Ansgar Chiropractic.
Wax beads. The foundation of better candle making is built on cleaner burning, soy-based candle wax. American Soy Organics. Better wax for candle makers by candle makers.
Leaving your crops unprotected from droughts, floods, hailstorms, and pests can leave a farmer at serious risk of losing their equipment and their land. putting their family's future at risk. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
Nah, man, it's not a broadcast. It's a broadcastation.
I was an occupational therapist for about 14 years, and then I decided to join the business full-time when we had about 11 employees and developed the HR department. I got to sit down with people, get to know their stories, get to learn about their families, and really get to know who they are. Through that process, we just got to hire the best people in the world, and we really feel like we're blessed with the best.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Colbert Realtors, with service you can depend on and know-how you can count on.
St. Ansgar is a thriving community in north central Iowa with a lot to offer. Founded in 1853 by a group of Norwegian immigrant farmers, St. Ansgar is a small town with culture, character, and charm. Known as the Garden Spot of Iowa, it is a wonderful place to grow your family or business. You might not expect all the wonderful amenities you'll find here. Within our shops, you'll find unique gifts, home decor, collectibles, and antiques. You'll also find restaurants, outdoor activities, and events. St. Ansgar is a great place to visit any time of the year, and we take pride in our schools. Our youth are provided the highest quality education in a secure, positive, and challenging environment, empowering all students to reach their full potential. St. Ansgar welcomes visitors and newcomers with open arms and warm smiles. Come visit and see why so many people proudly call this area home.
Back here in St. Ansgar, halftime of the Saints Knights JV boys basketball team. I've got those girls totals, I promise. Girls win 46-29. The Saints win over Newman. Peterson had 4. Urbach had 5. Norby 7. Jewel 7. Damaris 5. And Frine 5. The leader in the night was Tabbert. Miss Tabbert with 12 points for the Saints as they win in dominant fashion in the girls' JV game. Boys' game here at the half, it is 24-17. Newman leads. We talked about kind of the rotation, and that'd be something to watch. So it looks like the third quarter will start with Newman will have their 2 guys that contribute at the varsity level in the third quarter. That'd be number 2 and number 34. That's the players to watch. They dominated that first quarter where the Knights led 17-15 after 1, and then the Saints kind of closed that gap to the 24-17 that you see now. Well, it looks like Clevenger and Klein will stay in for the third quarter here, so that'll be their 2 quarters for the night. I would guess we will not see them in the fourth, and I would bet we don't see Cole and the other one, Cal and Thomas and Cal McGuire. Thomas McGuire would be number 2. We won't see those guys, I would bet, in the fourth quarter. So we'll watch that here at the JV game. That's McGuire. Buries the 3. Pretty shot.
So, Joe, do you have a score by quarter? I would assume the Saints won the second quarter based on the score that we saw at the beginning of that game.
They did, but not as much as you thought, because we kind of closed the gap there at the end of that. If you remember, we went on that 7-0 run at the end of the first quarter. So we won the second quarter, but just by a point, 9-10.
Nice
who made
shot
that
by
bucket?
Derek.
I missed that one. That was
nice
a He-Man.
Just a turn and shoot up close to the rim, drops it in. much like we're used to seeing from Derek Heeman.
Another 3. One of Newman's favorite things to do is after a made bucket is to tap the ball out of bounds, and the refs really don't like that. At the varsity level last year, things got a little chippy because they kept doing it. And, in fact, I believe the words from the ref were, if you touch it again, I'm throwing you out. So I don't know what the deal is there. It's a rule. Yes, that was a direct quote.
Touch it again and it's throwing you out.
Yes. So
we don't need it.
I don't know what that's about. It must be something that Newman just doesn't talk about. I know it's a rule. And I know most teams don't do it, but they do it a lot. So anyway, that'll be their first warning of the night, I would guess, and maybe the last time we have to hear that. But
so they make the 3.
On a made shot, the offense cannot touch the ball after the made shot. And you see it like at the NBA level all the time. They're like handing it back to the ref, trying to help. Apparently that is a big no-no at the high school level.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I get the reason for it, too, because if the other team wants to grab it and go, it should be their ball to grab it.
Their ball to grab
and grabbing it, you're
Correct.
interrupting.
Just like right there. Yeah. Yep, that's a great point. That's the logic behind the rule. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, it doesn't make a difference. Well, there could be one play where it does make a difference. So you have to draw the line somewhere. And there's really no better place to draw it than just don't touch it
Just
at all.
don't touch it. Yep. So that's what you see. And like I said, it happened repeatedly. It was either last year or year before, and it got loud in here as a result. Newman's going to push. We're going to see that a lot at the varsity level. The boys, that's what they like to do, is steals and fast break points.
Much like Northwood.
Much like Northwood, right. Yep, exactly. And really it's all about, I think, at the varsity level for the boys game, that'll be something in that game to watch. If Newman scores easily that way, it will not be the Saints' night. They need to prevent that and play at our pace. We've talked about playing at the Saints' pace. That'll be important tonight. The running up and down the floor pace is not our pace.
Good rebound by Newman.
Oh, short shot just will not go. Stays underneath, plays pretty good defense, but McGuire brings it up. Feeling it. Won't go, though. Heeman with a good rebound. Finds Klein.
Girk for 3. Not his night from range so far.
Heeman fouled, but on the floor.
Is he gassed?
I don't know. I don't know what I saw there. You guys saw it at home, too. You guys can decide what it was.
I missed it. Who was it?
Heeman, he looked, put his hands on his head, tired, huffing and puffing.
Yeah. I don't know if he took one in the gut maybe or something.
I
That's what I was
don't
trying to figure out if he got hit or. But he didn't look comfortable there. Clevenger buries the 2. Saints needed that one. Kind of stopped that run.
Yeah, they did. Still 12-point game. How many do you have? How many of these 3-pointers have these guys made?
I do not have it, but I believe he's made 3 in this half. Or they've made 3 in this half. I think 2 of them by number 2 and 1 by 34, right?
3 of them by McGuire, I think.
Got it.
Maybe. Don't trust me.
I trust you.
Maybe, baby.
With that kind of confidence, we're trusting you. This is Haugen. Clevenger finds Heeman. You get a lot of bodies in there.
Yeah.
A gasp from the stands, but couldn't let him play on.
It's probably better than
Fade away.
Probably
Doesn't
better
go.
than a boo.
Right. Right.
Thought I might see a little time out there to pick a tooth up off the floor. Something looked like he hit the back of his head on him.
Trevile, it's Italian.
Trevile.
It'll be Saints basketball.
I mean, if you
Sounds delicious.
It does, doesn't it?
Some kind of dessert.
Probably some
you
whipped
get.
cream on top, I
Yeah.
bet.
Heeman. Derek.
Won't go. Good move, though. Mullen back. Thought about taking the shot. Instead, going to set up the offense.
Heeman wants it inside. He's putting his
Yes,
hands
he
up.
does.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And there we go. They can't stop fouling him. I think that's why he's tired. I just don't want him to get in
He does look winded out there, doesn't he?
He'll have some time before the boys' game. Bowling back for 3. Nothing but air.
No dice.
No dice.
Perfect pass off of the tip.
Well, I thought I held there. It is.
We're talking about that varsity game the other night in Northwood. The Saints did a great job of shutting down Colby Eskelson. He had single-digit points, I think.
Yeah, I think he ended up with 9, I believe, on the night, and averaging 23. So Saints will need that kind of performance again tonight.
What in the world was that?
An athletic move. We got guys jumping and rolling around. It'll end up
Playing
going
rugby.
to the Saints. Jackson Broom checks in for Mullenbeck. He'll get a breather.
Heyman. Huffing and puffing, you might blow the house down.
Good ball movement from the Saints tonight. Got to turn it into offense here. The Knights have cooled off a bit. Now the Saints have to take advantage.
Klein trying to get the foul.
He's like clutched it in there and still made the shot.
Tyson Klein has a bucket. It's 25-37. Knights lead.
By 12.
It's good math. Mitchell County math.
That's how I know it's right.
Nelson short on the 3.
Someone did box
there.
out.
Travel.
I don't know.
While we have the break, here's your fun fact of the day. Number 10 here for the Newman Knights was a member of the second best barbecue team in Iowa for quite some time.
Oh.
Mr. Lucas Nelson, his folks there, Scott and Kate Nelson, sitting across the way. They were the second best team in barbecue in Iowa for quite some time. Yeah.
I think we
right
have
behind a team from St. Ansgar that you might have heard of.
Oh.
Consistently finished second. And then Girls Gone Wild, the third best team in Iowa, right behind them would be his mom, dad. And I think Steve and Kathy are probably listening. So Steve and Kathy, hello. Long time no see.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you filling up that third spot in barbecue rankings. Nelson can't make it go, and that'll do it in the third quarter. Saints trail here 37-25 to the
Joe,
second and third ranked barbecue teams in Iowa in 2012.
I got to hand it to you, Joe. It's one of the many, many things we love about you up here. Most people don't remember the second and third best.
I'll say I probably knew him at one point, but it slipped my mind.
It slipped your mind. I can see how that could happen. I can see how that could happen.
Yeah, most people don't remember them, but man, hats off to you. That's why we love you out here, and I'm sure they love being reminded.
I'm sure. You know, they may remember some of the past differently than I do too. I don't know, but that's how I remember it. That was a lot of fun. Seriously, though, they're great people. We had a lot of fun. There was quite a few teams here in North Iowa. Three teams right here from St. Ansgar, and those, like I said, one out of Rockwell, one out of Algona. That consistently, we travel all over the country. It was kind of funny. Would drive 800 miles to go cook at a barbecue contest in Alabama and park across the road from a guy from Rockwell, and on the other side was the guy from Algona. You know, it's like, why did we drive 800 miles to beat each other? We could have done this in Iowa. We didn't need to come down here. But we had a lot of fun. And I didn't win them all, despite my memories.
Your memory doesn't even forget the losses,
No,
huh?
you're right. That's very true. Sometimes you
What
remember
a
those.
what a scoop shot.
Jackson Broom.
Man, Broom. We were at the Vikings game, which was one to forget, on Sunday night.
Don't remind me.
And in walks, we hoteled up in Minneapolis, and in walked a Green Bay fan after Green Bay destroyed Minnesota.
So it wasn't really a destroy. It was more of a dominant win.
It was an obliterate.
Yeah, it was definitely. As a matter of fact, they were trying to find where the Vikings ended up because they definitely weren't there that night.
Here's a replay of that room.
Oh, I like it.
Watch this thing. Watch this move right here. Athlete. Up and in.
Guy. Look at this.
Fun to watch. Good movement. Jackson Broom.
So
Nelson gets fouled. He'll go to line shoot two.
This older gentleman was wearing a Bart Starr jersey, and he was talking all about how Green Bay, obviously, has the perfect team apparently, but and then how for 3 quarterbacks in a row are Hall of Famers or whatever, and so we started looking up the data. 3 in a row, really. Bart Starr and Brett Favre, and was like, well, wait a minute. There's 20 years between. He couldn't remember a single one of those years.
Of the 20 in between.
Because it was Bart and then Brett and then Aaron Wilby, right? So,
but he conveniently forgot the 20 years between Bart and Favre.
Yeah, I generally don't talk to Green Bay fans, but someone tell me that, yeah, all Green Bay fans are like that. They don't remember the bad years, only the good ones.
That's Nelson with the steal, misses the short bucket, but rebounded by Newman.
If you're a Green Bay fan listening, don't bother denying it.
Don't chat us about it. We don't want
to. We already know it's true. We've experienced it.
Yeah, there's your trivia question. Who was quarterback before Favre?
Right, but after Starr, but before Favre.
One quarterback started over 100 games between Brett Favre, or Bart Starr and Brett Favre.
I have no
and
idea.
Anybody know who
have
that
no
is?
idea who that is.
No,
I do.
Packer fans will say that didn't happen.
I got nothing. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a Packer fan.
Wasn't
but I
he
still
number
couldn't.
7?
Who was it? Do you know? Sammy says he knows.
I didn't say I did. I said, if anything, I had no idea.
Oh, I thought you said you knew.
You said he was a number
Did you
7?
say you knew? Maybe you said you knew.
I
thought
knew
I heard
at
it
one
somewhere.
point.
Who?
Was it Detmer? Wasn't there a Detmer in there?
Ty?
Not Ty Detmer. Definitely not that.
Definitely not that.
Duke's going to go check it out.
We're going
here.
to Google. If you're at home and you know.
I tell you what, if you beat Duke to getting the answer here, type it in the chat and we'll let you donate $50 to Saints TV.
Or just look at Packers starting quarterbacks. Yeah, PFF.
Here we go.
PFR.
Did we get a Colton Winnie update in the chat?
Yeah, he's sick.
He is ill. Oh.
Yep.
Going around. Still going around.
Lynn Dickey.
I was hoping we were all done with that.
Yeah,
Lynn
me
Dickey,
too.
how many starts? Between 71 and 91, probably, right?
This is late 70s, early 80s.
There you go.
He started.
So that was one of
The
them.
timing.
He started about 100 games for the Packers.
There you go.
But who
is it?
Lynn Dickey.
I've never even heard that name.
Yeah, and neither had Bart Starr, who
That
we were
is
this
awesome.
weekend.
Neither had the lifelong Packer fan. He had forgotten those 20 years. That
Oh, yeah,
happens.
because it's 3 MVP, or not MVP, sorry, in a row, but anyway.
But then there were some
Yeah.
other people because the year that
Well, there were other quarterbacks.
Favre
This one
was-
happened to have over 100
Don
starts.
Majkowski. Remember him?
Madowski.
Yeah, I've heard that name at least.
Majkowski? I don't know.
Wazowski?
Some Polish name.
Magic.
Lynn Dickey is the 4th all-time leading passer for the Packers.
I wonder who the first 3 are.
Well, to be
Yeah.
the 3 that everyone remembers.
Exactly.
Squire in for the Saints. Little floater won't go.
Hey, look, I'm a Vikings fan. I realize. I don't really have much to brag about, so I get it.
We can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Someone's going to have to carry us into the playoffs. It's really not up to us at this point.
We
And
should just find
it's-
the next Joe Flacco.
I was at that game as well with Mr. Sparrow, and I spent 45 minutes in line for ice cream, and it was the most enjoyable 45 minutes of that game. The one time, and I didn't. I'm really impatient. I did not mind waiting in line a single moment of that. Had a nice conversation with the guy in front of me. Nelson for 3 buries it.
So I believe the Saints or Buccaneers have to lose. Then we have to have the Saints or Buccaneers have to lose. Chicago has to beat Green Bay, and we have to beat Detroit.
That's the hardest part, I think, of that. Of those 3 is the Vikings with that depleted defense, and
Detroit might be resting.
There's a Seattle loss needed in there, I think.
and
too, isn't
yeah,
there?
I think you missed one as
There's
well.
4
I think there's
things.
actually
Yeah.
4 things. It's a
But-
3% chance all 4 of those things happen.
And
But
if those 4 things happen, Sammy, this is the best part. If all 4 of those things happen, we get to watch another annihilation while Minnesota goes to Dallas the following week.
yeah. And Jerry World destroys all the hopes and dreams of
That's right.
Vikings fans everywhere.
And you get to hear more talk about the Herschel Walker trade.
Right, just what we want to hear is more about Drew Pearson's push-off and the Viking trade that won 4 Super Bowls for the Cowboys.
Well, at least one Minnesota team is doing good. Timberwolves, top of the Western Conference.
You know, I'm going to play common man here and pretend that I don't know about that. Tell me about
play
that,
that
Sammy.
off.
Tell me about that, Sammy.
Well, Zach of all trades is in for starters. And
Saints
so is
contributor
Jimmy.
Zach of all trades.
I like that. Yes.
Shimmy
So-
checks in.
So then
Nunez checks in.
here's what it is. So Timberwolves, 2 guys averaging over 20. Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. then our defense is the best in the NBA.
Our? You're on. Oh, sorry. Go on.
He's an owner.
When you're a fan, it's your team too.
So then, the Rudy Gobert is playing amazing. He's averaging a double-double. Amazing on defense too. So, yeah, it's a really well-rounded team, almost like the Niners.
That's me at Burger King averaging a double-double.
Oof. I'm getting some immediate feedback on my
Shimmy for
between
three.
quarters commentary.
Oh, you're between quarters commentary. You're at barbecue commentary?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I told you they might disagree with my interpretation of the past, and it seems like they do, based on.
So, Joe, are you saying they might not have been second place?
Well, I'm saying I firmly remember them being behind the team from St. Ansgar regularly. Let's say it that way. Is that more fair?
Saints
it's
TV
funny. I got an
is-
emoji text with a hand, and there's just one finger is all that's on that
Hold on.
emoji.
All right, viewers,
Never
we'll
seen
give
like
you
that.
2 guesses which one it is.
That's funny.
Zach doesn't make good on the free throws.
So you're saying Saints TV is the home of colliding recollections?
Colliding recollections tonight. Yep.
We should have a Saints TV sports talk.
If only we talked sports on this station. Hey, Sammy, by the way,
Technically.
for those of you at home are wondering, and my phone's just blowing up right now with messages, is Sammy reading all those stats? No. Like, this dude just knows this stuff. When he talks about our defense, he literally means his defense. Clearly, he knows these guys. He knows them. Do you watch all the games? Do you spend a lot of time watching?
But I keep up with the stats and the highlights and everything. So I
love it.
basically watch all of the good things.
Shimmy for 3.
Oh.
Just missed it.
Have you seen the Brazil Twitter account for the Timberwolves?
No.
All right. I'm not recommending anybody look it up.
Don't look it up is the official recommendation of Saints
But
TV.
it's a thing.
The official Saints TV.
Whatever you do not look
Do not
it up.
look up the Brazil Timberwolves Twitter account.
Twitter account. Got it. I'll make it a mental note not to search that out later.
Might be tempting.
Newman's going to hold it, and that will do it here. The Saints fall 49-28 to the Newman Knights. Thanks for joining us here on the JV version of Saints TV. We will start a new stream, Mr. Candle Genius. Is that accurate?
We will start a new stream, just kicking off some of the replays here while we talk about what's happening next. If you're watching this, don't sweat it. We got a new stream coming up here. We said 6 o'clock. That gives us about 2 minutes before we come back again
1
with
minute.
a little pregame stuff that you're going to want to participate in. Obviously, we got sponsors who we're going to recognize during that time, but not your average Joe, Duke Scoop, Candle Genius, and Slammin' Sammy P will be back with some pregame goodies. Don't go too far, but you will need to log back in to watch.
Oh.
Whoa. I guess we're ready to do this. So we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Stay right here. We'll see you on the varsity stream coming right up here on Saints TV.